Let me show you how to take your acrylic pouring to a new level. You don't always have to leave your pour as an abstract piece. Using some simple techniques, I'll demonstrate how to make a stunning ballerina artwork with pouring as a base. Let's get right into it. Welcome to another episode. So what are we going to do today? Well, first of all, I have to say thank you and at the same time apologize to those who've been asking for quite some time for ballerina. But just some days you don't feel like making this particular thing. So, well, today is the day. Yes, ballerina it is. We are going to be using a long canvas because I want the ballerina to be standing here with some kind of a flowy dress. And I thought we are going to go back to the beginning. I will do some, hopefully, Dutch pour. And I was thinking I really want to use all my favorite colors, the colors that I really like seeing together. So for the background, I've mixed my lovely blue, but a darker tone. So this is the Channel's blue with a bit more black in it. Purple, magenta, very, very delicate light pink, and light blue. Oh, no, we've got one more. We've got gold. For those of you who love seeing the exact colors, we've got Arteza Pearl Pink, Ballerina Process Magenta, Brilliant Blue and Violet by Cassart, and Amsterdam Light Gold. And of course, I will be using titanium white. So what's inside this one? White, Mars black, Prussian blue, and we've got a little bit of Wedgwood. I'll show you the consistency because this is super important. You can see probably best on this one. It's quite runny. We've got a very, very small build-up. And if I think the build-up is too big, I might water it down a bit. So what's in it? For this, I used 1 part of paint to 2 parts of Floetrol, and then added water to make this consistency. I know everyone uses different mixes. Sometimes I use more Floetrol, so because I don't measure in some paint, maybe sometimes it's even 3 parts of Floetrol and 1 part of paint. Your mix looks like this, you know it's good to go. But the thing is, they have to all be the same. Before I start pouring, I have to say that I was looking online at some images of ballet dancers. Images like this, for example, because I'm thinking how to blow the skirt. I do like this one as well, but of course this is too short, so I think I prefer the first one skirt-wise, but I do like this pose as well. So first of all, the background. Let's see how dark it will look. Oh, look at my pattern. Only having fun. At the moment, I am completely not bothered about the edges. I'll sort them out later. Draw the shape that I would like. Look how beautiful this blue looks with the dark blue. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. Rich pink. I want maybe some sections a bit more pinky, some sections more bluey. Ah! That was a total accident. How did I manage to drizzle so much? Okay, go away. Purple. And we still haven't got this. This almost looks like white, but it's not. No. I love those containers because, oh look, can do this. Okay, I'll try to blow the dark blue over. Now, if I'm not happy with the result, I know I'll be happy with the colors, so it's a win-win. Yeah. I am not using my old uncle. I call it the old uncle. I'll use the flower because this is more controlled. Why did I do it? Just to partially cover everything with grey, and now I'm be blowing directly, and yes, I don't mind this one sort of coming out of the picture, let's say. Down. the colors. I'm just thinking whether I want to expand this a little bit. But not too much. No, this is stunning. Ah, this is stunning. Look at this house. I'm not going to torch them. I just love them as they are. So the lady I'm planning is going to be somewhere here. So this part will disappear. Oh, fair enough. Oh, I've got so much paint to scrape. But I'm sure we get some really pretty color. You see this? There's the whole dress in here. Now what will we get? Oh, another beautiful. Oh my goodness. This might be prettier than my background. Of course I'm keeping it for another project. This is the outcome. I think it's still very pretty. Now we need an image. Well, the best thing would be to have a real photo. Maybe someone you know that's dancing. One of my best friend's son is a professional ballet dancer, and he works in a very, very famous ballet company, Matthew Bourne Company. But he's a young man, and we need a lady. So unfortunately, I had to look online at various images. What poses do you like? I quite like those, but they are very dark. You may wonder, what is it? Well, this was the very last piece of tracing paper I had. So I started sketching the pose, and you may wonder, why on earth did I put the legs separately and the body separately? There is a reason for it. I've got half and half because I didn't like the lady being so bent, so I'm going to reposition her a bit. That's why I am going to put the legs first, somewhere here. Funny enough, my dress was kind of going, that's the mid part going this way, so I thought I really want a figure that's slightly bent backwards like that, so I can utilize that section. I'm going to go over with a 4B pencil. I have to tell you something else, because there's nothing new under the sun. So once I did this, I thought, let's have a look if we have any ballet dancers on YouTube. And lo and behold, of course, there are plenty. But I just want to mention one particular artist, because I think she didn't do ballet dancers, she did a flamenco dancer. But I think they were stunning. Not only the dresses, but she actually painted really well. Her name is Chris Yeshuk, Fluid Art and More. And I'll post the link in the video description, because I think, yeah, she did some stunning job. Use graphite paper. I could use carbon paper as well. That's something that I use with my students at school. But then we have really dark lines, so I didn't want that. So you see what I'm doing now, and forgive me that dragonfly at the back. I am going to tape down this part so that she doesn't move. I know the background is pretty dark, but the graphite will be shiny. I can even use my nails, because this is the most efficient way. Nobody told me off yet, so I think I can do it. If you think you can't see, look at an angle. I can see everything. I'm going to paint it white, and of course I'm going to position her upper part as well, but I'm not going to show you this because it's going to be boring. This part is going to be super fun, because I'm going to decide what I want to be seen from under the fabric, and I might change it later on, but at the moment I am going to put the white only in some sections. So for example, if I want this cloth to be over the leg, I'll cover this part, and then I might leave this cloth sort of going over her thigh. Don't know if that's going to look good or not, but we'll see. Why am I putting white? Because if I applied skin tone directly to this grey, it will not look good. Now I think I quite like this part, so let me put the leg as if underneath this fold. It's going to be partially covered by this cloth, gentle curve like that. At the moment I am going to focus on the face, and again I'll paint it white. Same with the neck and the chest area. just come back from my birthday trip to Rome and I'm pretty excited. I want to show you a quick way to make a skin tone because that's what we'll need for my ballerina. The most common way is to use the primary colors, mix small amounts and then proceed from that because those three will give us some brown shade. I'm using cadmium red, ultramarine and cadmium yellow. As you can see, that gave us brown instantly, and of course depending on if I add more red, my brown will be a bit different. Now everyone's got a different skin tone, of course. You can check whether you've got a warm hue or cold hue just looking at your veins. A little bit of a sunburn in Rome. When I arrived it was 37 degrees, so it was boiling. The main mistake that my students make, so I'm going to tell you straight away, is to take some white and put it in brown. No, you always take a little bit of a dark color to put it in the light. So I'm making a separate little puddle here, taking some brown. This is going to be pretty light. All you ladies who buy foundation liquids, you know, or sprays, you know how important it is to match to your skin tone. So now I'll be looking at this and thinking, okay, this is a bit too pinky. So add a little bit more blue, so you see the difference. This is kind of closer to my skin tone than this one. Now I can test it here. This one will be the darkest. So that's a quick way. So my suggestion is to keep your paint just in one little pile. I want to say pile, blob. Try not to spread it everywhere because it will be dry very quickly. You can keep covering it. Let's see what it will look. Oh, I think I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now imagine if we didn't paint the limbs white, the blue would be really seen from underneath. Probably a boring bit. You may want to skip this. I'm using both values here for the legs, and yes, I'm going to add another layer with the dark and lighter sections. So painting the hand now and trying to keep, you know, following the shape because these are the muscles. The hand cannot be straight. So I've got her arm a bit twisted. Once the face is completely dry, I'll have a look at my design where the ear was and put the facial features back. How is she holding the hand? Something like this arm, something like that. I added a little bit of black to my skin tone and I'm trying it in those darker places because obviously there should be some significant shadows. The shadow now under the chin will make the head look bent more backwards or less. And now with the hair, I don't know whether she's going to be dark haired or lighter. Yeah, let's go with the darker hair. Dark brown. I might even use, you know, burnt umber on its own as well with black. I mean, the shadows are creating the muscles, sort of accentuating. With the lips, it's probably enough to add a bit of a shadow like this, and under the nose. That kind of made it immediately looks a bit prettier, didn't it? And the eye, that's the eyebrow. Okay, face kind of in place, let's just say in place, but I can still definitely add a bit to it. Well, let's focus on the legs. Now this part of the leg will be the darkest. I was wondering what color to use for the shoes. I might go with dark purple. Maybe I should add a little bit of black to make it darker. Like really dark purple. The straps should go just looking somewhere from here. It should be quite thick. Okay, so I can imagine this going across. Okay, and now there'll be another one right here. I think that looks pretty decent. I'm using the same dark purple here, creating a bit of a shadow in her waist. I want some contrast. Now I'll do the same on this side. Why am I using purple with black? Because that's the same color we've got in the dress, and that should look quite natural. I want to make some hair strands. Do you think that's a bit too messy? Maybe a bit too much. A couple of highlights on the shoes. Why not? So purple with white. And I am adding a shadow on this side. And also, I forgot. My poor lady, look. I've amputated her hand. So, yes, of course, I'm going to extend this one. And it's just ready for my signature. If you would like to own the lady, please head to my website, abcreativeofficial.com. There's never enough time on YouTube to show all the details, so if you would like to watch the much more in-depth version and follow it up to create your own, I really recommend joining our wonderful Patreon group. From $2 per month you can watch extended versions of each episode and some more. And also you are helping support the channel, and I am so grateful to my wonderful patrons. What name would you give her? Shall we name her? Let's have a competition. And also, thank you so much for everyone who sends me suggestions what to make for next week, because that's always my main problem. I know that you like being surprised, and I like to surprise myself as well. And I like trying something new. Of course, I'm going to varnish her once the paint is all dry. Well, there we are. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or a comment, or even sharing it with a friend. And don't forget that this piece is available for sale on my website, and that you can get lots of extra content on my Patreon. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all next Saturday. Bye bye!